morning everybody, welcome to the 15th episode of NovELTies, the life of a teacher researcher. Now write this down somewhere, because I'm getting all pumped up as I explain this. Remember that a textbook is something for us as teachers to work with, but never depend on. Because when we only focus on textbooks and carrying out activities in the same way all the time, we do not only make the learning process very boring for the students, at the same time we also make it very boring for us as teachers. So what exactly can we do to create this surprising effect that Lydia talks about? This idea that you do not know what to expect as a student in the classroom. Well, we can make all our lessons meaningful for the students in different ways. Of course, just like Emma says, check out her Instagram page on pronunciation, by the way. What Emma says is, of course, we can try to figure out why the students are learning English and then relate this to context from the textbook to make it more meaningful for the students. But then again, we get back to the same problem. What might be meaningful for one student might not exactly be meaningful for the other student. So what exactly can we do to use the textbook and still make it meaningful for everyone? Well, just like Jacqueline and ESL teacher Hong Kong explained, the textbook should always be a launch pad. And so we should try to use it in a way that it becomes meaningful for all of us in the classroom. And the key word to this, which is something that both ESL teacher Hong Kong and Jacqueline agree on, is the fact that we should all try to promote more freedom in the classroom. Now, freedom in the sense of what ESL teacher Hong Kong explains, to give a voice to the students, for them to create their own dialogues, but also the terms and conditions of the learning process. But most importantly, what I reckon, is the comment that Jacqueline makes on also relating it to the students' own reality, so that they can use their own language while using the textbook. And so we are so used to, as teachers, to just letting students do the exact same activities, correct these activities in the same way, but then again we only focus on the students, how they carry out these activities, and they all carry them out in the same way, they are corrected in the same way. But we never give students the opportunity to actually carry out the activities in their own personal way. Because each student is a world on its own, obviously. And each student has its own way of not only acting and doing and carrying out activities, each student also has its own knowledge. And what we often do not do as teachers is promote this idea of actually trying to carry out activities not in the same way, but in line with our own being. Because by carrying out activities in our own way, we promote this whole idea of intrinsic motivation from the students. And we can even promote this from the lower levels on. The moment that students realize that they are able to create with the language on their own terms, in their own way, this will promote their whole idea of intrinsic motivation. It will help them to little by little develop not only their ways of acting, not only their knowledge, but all this in line with their own being, so that little by little they can become those persons who they already are or wish to be, but in the other language. And therefore, the question of the week is, how do you as a teacher promote these activities where students do not only just carry out activities? How do you promote exercises in the class where students can carry out activities in their own unique way? So please feel free to share one of your exciting exercises where students get engaged. Not only get engaged, but engaged because they are using their own way of expressing themselves in the English language. Now please leave a message on that, either on the YouTube channel, The Teacher Researcher, on the Facebook page, NovELTies Vlog, or obviously on Instagram at The Teacher Researcher. Have a lovely week everybody, and just remember that a great teacher never stops learning. Take care.